everybody. Today we have Cleo joining us for our story. Cleo's a little shy, so she is excited to join us today as we get ready to check out another really awesome book. I am excited to share that today's book is nonfiction. What does it mean if a book is nonfiction? That's right. It means that the information provided by this book is true. This is a true story. It has real things that we can find all around us in it. So we're going to be focusing today on, let's look at that title, Beavers. And this is actually an online book that I have today. If you go to your Clever account, you can find Epic. And Epic Books has a huge arrangement of fiction and nonfiction books for you all to check out. So when we are reading today, we're going to be focusing on some of those important nonfiction text features. I will be working on pointing those out as we read. And remember that beavers are animals that we actually can find here in Pittsboro, North Carolina. Remember that beavers live in habitats that are by the river or by creeks or streams. So let's find out more about these awesome creatures. Crunch, gnaw, crash. A beaver has used its strong front teeth to gnaw through the base of a tree. The beaver grasps one of the tree branches and moves it down a canal toward the narrow part of a stream. So it's showing you right here in our illustration. Now remember, even though we do talk about nonfiction books have real pictures, this illustration is showing us what it would look like in real life. So we see that the tree branch is in the beaver's mouth, and they're moving it down a canal towards the narrow part of a stream. Remember, a stream is a body of water. If we look up here, our caption says, the canal was dug by beavers to help float and move logs and other pieces of wood towards the dam site. Other beavers carry branches, twigs, stones, and mud to the same area. It is a family of beavers building a dam. So remember that this is what a beaver lives in. They create dams to help them stay safe. It's also given us some information and captions around the dam. It's giving us a diagram that is telling us the parts of the dam. So we have the twigs here, branches are down here, mud and stones are at the bottom. So a dam will block the flow of the stream, so water is not able to get through. More and more branches and twigs are shoved into the stream's muddy bottom. The dam gets taller as more logs, branches, and sticks are piled on top. Stones are put into place to hold the structure down. Mud is used to seal openings. The dam is built up to be higher than the water line, so water will back up to create a beaver pond. The beavers will be able to build their home in the pond. So it's giving us another diagram here. It's showing us all the different parts of, here's the beaver pond over here, and here's the water line here. Notice the dam is built to be higher than the water line. We're going to make sure we can all see that. The beaver pond has now become a good size. Beavers need trees and water to survive. They use trees for building, and they eat the bark and twigs of trees. Living in and around water protects beavers from enemies. If danger comes near, the beavers can usually dive and swim away. And we're going to look at this text feature right here. Who remembers what text feature? What is the name of this text feature? That's right. This is a map. So this map is indicating where beavers live. So if we look closely for the color red, we notice that beavers live in North America. North America is where we live. And also beavers live throughout different parts of Europe and Asia. Oh, and there is a small red dot at the bottom of South America. Building a beaver lodge. Remember, this is our heading. It's giving us more information about what we're going to read. A beaver home is called a lodge. Beavers begin to build their lodge by piling up stone, sticks, small logs, and mud underwater. The beavers go back and forth, lugging, pushing, and stacking more and more building material. An island begins to appear. Soon they have built the lodge floor with enough room for the entire family of beavers. So we notice this is when the base of the lodge, and we also have the lodge floor over here. And we have some information over here. It says the larger beavers are able to move 30 to 40 pounds of stones into place. That is pretty amazing. Next, the beavers arrange branches and stones above the lodge floor. It is the beginning of a dome-shaped structure. Back and forth again and again, they add more branches, stones, and mud. The beavers gnaw and dig tunnels from the underwater base of the lodge up to the lodge floor so they can come and go. Finally, the beavers smooth the lodge floor with mud. They cover it with soft, dry leaves and other plants to make the floor soft and dry. Wow, so this is another diagram that is explaining to us about the lodge, about the beaver lodge. A beaver has two sets of glands under its tail. The first set of glands contains oil that the beaver spreads over its fur while grooming. The second set of glands contains sweet-smelling oil used to mark its territory. And here we have another awesome diagram. We have our heading over here that's telling us a beaver's body. We know that our information based off the heading is all about the parts of a beaver. This diagram explains those parts. We have our stomach, his front legs, eyes, head, ears, neck, nose, teeth, mouth, the back, inner soft fur, outer guard fur, fur color, and here is his very strong tail. We also have more information down here about a beaver's back feet, that he has back double nails that are used for grooming. And we have more information over here between the difference between his oil glands and his scent glands. All right, our heading right now says beavers in the water. Oh, so now it seems like we're going to get more information about beavers in the water. Beavers are excellent swimmers and spend much of their time in the water. Their big back webbed feet and powerful tails push and steer them through the water. Usually they keep their front feet tucked close to their bodies. A second set of clear eyelids covers the eyes to protect them underwater. Amazing. Our next heading says what beavers eat. So now let's find out more information about what beavers eat. Beavers are plant eaters, also called herbivores. They eat bark, twigs, and roots of trees. They also eat berries, cattails, seeds, nuts, buds, and other plant life. This heading says the jaws and teeth of a beaver. A beaver needs powerful jaws and sharp front teeth to gnaw away at trees constantly. Oh, this is some awesome information over here. If you look closely at our illustration that is giving us a real life representation of when a beaver is underwater, mouth flaps behind the four front teeth close to keep out water. Amazing. That is so cool. All right, our next heading says communication. Let's learn more about how beavers communicate with one another. Beavers make many vocal sounds, almost always chattering aloud. Whining and whimpering sounds often mean they want something or are scared. They warn other beavers or enemies by whistling, hissing, or growling. Beavers show affection or greet other beavers by nibbling the other beaver's cheeks. Aw, that's so sweet. So they greet other beavers by nibbling the other beaver's cheeks. Danger! If a beaver senses an enemy nearby, whack! It slaps its tail on the water surface, making a very loud snapping sound. Other beavers go on alert. They hurry back to the lodge. Oh, do we see a predator in this illustration? Can you point to where the predator might be? Gotta watch out for that wolf. Our next, we're gonna also keep moving on with, this is more about communication. A beaver can't see very well. It does have a very good sense of hearing, even for far away sounds. A beaver's most important sense is a sense of smell. It can find family members, locate food, and smell to detect enemies. Wow. Now we're moving into our heading is family life. A male and a female beaver stay together for life. They mate, and then about for 4 months later, usually in the spring, the female gives birth to 3 or 4 kits. So we notice that a baby beaver is called a kit. A group of kits is called a litter. Wow, I did not know that. What great information to learn today, that a baby beaver are called kits. So cute. Oh, and we also have some more information about the baby beavers. The kits are born with fur. They can see, hear, and walk right after birth. Wow. Absolutely amazing. At birth, a kit usually weighs about 1 pound and is about 1 foot long. Aw, so sweet. In a few weeks, the kits begin swimming inside the tunnels where it is safe. At about 2 months of age, the parents begin bringing solid food to the kits so they can learn to nibble, gnaw, and chew. When the young beavers are about 1 year old, they have learned enough and are strong enough to help their family. They cut down trees. They help repair any damage done to their lodge and dam. They stay alert to danger. And here's some more information that at 1 year old, a beaver weighs about 25 pounds. In the fall, beavers actively begin storing their food in a pile underwater away from their lodge. This helps to keep the woody plants fresh and soft during the winter. Beavers have enemies. Their greatest enemies are humans. Beavers have been hunted for many years for their beautiful fur and their sweet-smelling scent oil. Where wetlands have been filled in to create land sites for building, beaver populations have declined. So notice whenever there's more building and more construction going on, then there's probably going to be less beavers because there's less places for them to create their dam. Today, people realize how important beavers are in the balance of nature. From their building skills, new wetlands are formed. Older wetlands may fill in with rich earth and become meadows. The wildlife living in the wetlands and meadows benefit. In other areas, beaver dams help control flooding during heavy rains by holding back the rising water. And we notice this is an example of a pond. And it says the pond provides water, food, and a safe place for other animals. Notice all the other animals living in this habitat. Remember that a habitat is an animal's home. In many places, wetland preserves have been created. People often visit them hoping to see beavers and the other wildlife living in their natural environment. There, beaver populations are on the rise. People are lucky if they get to see a beaver or a group of beavers busily at work. Beavers, beavers, beavers. So we find more information about beavers on this page. We can find out that a beaver never stops growing. Wow! But it slows down as it ages. We can also find out that a beaver can swim 5 miles an hour. That's impressive. So in about 1 hour, the beaver has already swam 5 miles. And let's see here, a beaver usually stays underwater from 3 to 5 minutes. Wow! If necessary, it can stay underwater for about 15 minutes. Holy cow! That is so cool. And that was the end of our story, Beavers. So remember, guys, that this text was... That's right, nonfiction. That means everything in this story was real and true information all about beavers. I hope you enjoyed noting the nonfiction text features that we pointed out together. Also, what do you think the main idea of this book was? Why did the author write this story? That's right. We can find out that the main idea of this story was to inform us about beavers. We learned that baby beavers are called kits. We learned about a beaver's lodge. We learned about how beavers can't see well. However, they use their other senses to help protect themselves and their family. They have great hearing and great smell. Remember that beavers are also excellent swimmers. And remember, boys and girls, I wanted to point this out one more time, that this is a book that you can find on Epic. If you're on your Clever app, all you have to do is look under the additional digital learning resources, and here are your Epic books that you can choose from. I hope everybody enjoyed reading with me today. Cleo got a little bit hot. She's right here. Remember, she's a husky, so it's a warm day, so she's going to definitely be sitting underneath a fan here soon. Can't wait to read with you all again soon. Miss you. Goodbye.